It's really hard to wrap your head around how Russia, China, and America are going to accept and allow this to happen.
Hey guys, welcome back to Library of Wealth. Today we have entrepreneur, media, and crypto investor GaryVee giving us his take on cryptocurrency in the current market. The successful entrepreneur recognizes that not everyone understands the excitement surrounding crypto, but he believes that, like it or not, it will inevitably become part of everyone's daily life sooner than many people believe. GaryVee says cryptocurrency is the new gold standard, and that it will be a very common and ordinary thing in 80 years and utilized for just about everything. Gary also encourages people to consider what lies beyond cryptocurrency. He says that creativity and innovation are being developed on blockchain at a fast pace, and that most new firms are either creating or selling digital commodities or improving infrastructure to store or showcase digital goods right now. Let's listen as GaryVee gives us his take on why crypto will play such a massive role in the current market. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you like the content we do here on this channel. Let's get right into the video.
The 99% of the people in the world understanding of blockchain or crypto is the word Bitcoin, and that's where it starts and ends. 99 in the collective 7.7 billion people. So many people here have been able to be successful in monetizing cryptocurrencies on the back of building personal brand and being given tokens in exchange for PR services or vlogging or things of that nature. Please understand we are absolutely in the eye of the storm of the golden era of social media. Right now we sit here while Instagram story ads are $2 CPMs and have swipe up call to actions, and it's so uncomfortably underpriced, I don't even know what to do with myself. I believe that a lot of people here are getting so high on the supply of being right about crypto or blockchain that they're glossing over and thinking things like social and mobile are yesterday, and we're going to see another 7 to 10 year foundational run for those platforms. So please be thoughtful in the way that you're mixing your energies and your executions. I believe that the things that are current right now are absolutely foundational in your ability to extract value from them for what you're looking for to do. But just for fun tonight, when you go to the casino or the club or whatever the f you do, when you go talk to normal people about crypto, pay attention that 99.9% of the people on the strip today have no idea what the f you just said. Please understand that for me, the biggest thing that I could have delivered this evening in this talk is putting the time frame of blockchain and crypto into perspective. I will also say one other very macro thing that I think is super important for me as you navigate how you're gonna bet your life in this world. If you actually understand blockchain, if you actually understand the framework of what we're talking about here, not what Litcoin's gonna be in 7 months. No, the actual framework of what blockchain means. I hope we all can accept the following statement as truth. If you actually understand blockchain, it's really hard to wrap your head around how Russia, China, and America are gonna accept and allow this to happen.
Gary goes on to discussing the importance of the blockchain with respect to cryptocurrency and how it will allow the innovation and transformation of crypto to evolve very soon. In part 2 of this interview, we'll hear how the market is actually losing its leverage and how the infrastructure through decentralized finance can play a major role.
I think it's very important for everyone to actually understand this. If you actually understand what blockchain does, it takes away all the leverage the countries in our world have outside of their atomic bombs and their armies. It is a substantially big platform. It is a revolutionary 2.0 of all the things the internet, my friends, has fundamentally started to drastically impact our culture because it's taken the middle and it's given it back to us. I hope everybody understands that all our shortcomings as human beings have been protected by the media infrastructures of the last 100 years and are losing their leverage, which is why we're having different conversations and making progress. Blockchain takes that to a whole fucking another place. which is why it's actually far more vulnerable than I think this room understands. In parallel, while we think about decentralization, I hope you understand what's happening across the world at a country level, because we're living through the growth of nationalism, right? If you think America is putting up walls with tariffs and actual debating walls, go look at what's happening in India right now. Go look at what's happening across the world. We are now, more than ever, over the last 70 years, seeing countries build internal mental walls which are in complete conflict with something that looks like blockchain. This is a very, very big deal, one that is often not respected by people that are enthusiasts of macro new trends. When Instagram copied the feature of Snapchat stories and pretty much pulled off a pretty substantial punch in the face to Snapchat, it created everybody in the social media world to understand that you better not build a feature, because the ability of an incumbent like Facebook, Apple, or something of its ilk to copy that and stop you from growing is a very big deal. If you look at what's happening with the scooter movement, a lot of the cities and states are not going to get tricked this time the way they did with Uber. The internet has really fucked up the status quo. The people that have leverage are not just going to sit with their fucking hands on their and let blockchain do a 2.0 version of that. Please understand that if you believe in complete and utter blockchain at scale, that you're talking about substantial World War III fucking dynamics. The most macro thing I can tell you is that self-awareness is fundamentally the most important I've ever seen in my life. I am so addicted to this thought process. If I could wish you anything besides health, it would be self-awareness. Once you have self-awareness, once you actually understand who you are, so much crazy happens. And so I'm unbelievably aware that you have ambitions. I think all of us have versions of what we wish we were versus understanding what we actually are. You know, I would be thrilled to be the starting quarterback of the New York Jets. That's not gonna happen. But very early on in my life, I was aware that I was more likely to buy the New York Jets than to play for them. And what that allowed me to do is to triple down on my entrepreneurial spirit as a 10, 11, 13-year-old. You know, if I could leave any legacy from this talk today, it would be to get somebody to understand that maybe they're not a number one and they should do a startup, but they're a number 3 and should support the out of a great number 1. I always tell my entrepreneurial friends, number 12 at Facebook made more than number 1 of 99.99999% of companies in the last 15 years. If you can actually understand what you're about, a lot of you shouldn't be vlogging. A lot of you shouldn't be investing. And that is not a negative, that's a positive. I unbelievably want to start instilling things like self-awareness and patience, because I can tell you one thing. How many people here are under 30? Raise your hands. I really wish you knew what it felt like to be 42. And I'm sure a lot of people here, how many people over 40? What all of you know, what I know is, it's fucking crazy that 24 feels like 42, feels like 67. It's always there. It's always there. And if you actually knew how long, you know, one of the most fascinating things I'm paying attention to is our inability to understand how long our life is. The amount of people that go into crisis at 18, 22, and 30 in our society is laughable. While everybody's walking around and thinking about short-term economics and the quick scores they're making on the currency that's built on top of these frameworks and the flip they made to change their short-term lives, which is phenomenal and inspiring and super fucking cool, I hope that there's certain people in here that are starting to deploy 5, 10, and 20-year windows, because if you are, and you're thoughtful about it, the economics, but more importantly, the legacy that you can leave becomes remarkable. And I promise you, for anybody in here who's made $1 or $2 in their lives, very quickly money stops mattering and other starts taking over. So, it's really fucking cool you made $1 million on some bullshit cryptocurrency. I don't give a fuck. What I care about is you're actually here, which means you are fundamentally 0.00001% ahead of society in your opportunity. I hope that you give the meaningful thought process and strategy against this advantage you have Because when I saw people have it with social, and when I saw people have it with email, and with search, and with the internet itself, 99.9% of them blew it because they were going for the short-term score because they didn't respect in the macro opportunity. You have one life. Do something with it.
Gary says that he's realized over the past 3 years that he doesn't have to practice a winner-take-all business, and that you can win in a really big way. He believes entrepreneurship is a form of art and rarely hears business people talk like him, but often hears artists talk like him. He sees the crypto market in the same light and has made quite the fortune over the last year creating his own digital brand. Gary thinks every single person on earth will interact with an NFT in 20 years, and there won't be a single person who doesn't. Whether it's your train ticket, your concert ticket, he says that it's too obvious these will be necessary in every application. In the first half of 2021, investors spent $2.5 billion on NFTs. He predicts that in a decade, every business on the planet will have an NFT strategy, so you might as well get ahead of it now. This is his advice for getting your business into tokens. What do you think about GaryVee and his take on cryptocurrency? Comment down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.